Hey guys, this is Andrew Richardson and Andrew Coyne from MMA Mania here at Capital Strength and Performance in downtown Sacramento for another Fighter on Fighter technique highlight. So today I'm going to be talking about Justin Gaethje. He's a guy we've talked about quite a few times before. Now Gaethje has a really interesting style that involves pressuring an opponent and forcing the fight and basically overwhelming them with volume and attrition. Gaethje is very willing to take a punch to give one, and he's made some adjustments without compromising that style. And so that's kind of what we're going to be talking about today. First, it's something more philosophical than a technique I can demonstrate, and that is to say Gaethje is doing a better job of not throwing punches when he is at the kicking range. Now, before Gaethje was willing, when me and Bulldog were on the outside, Gaethje was landing good low kicks from this distance. Gaethje was very willing to just bite down and whip a big overhand. And that can land sometimes, but the problem is as you face that upper echelon of guys, that overhand is going to land less often and it's going to expose Gaethje to counters in the process. So what he's doing now, that's a big improvement, and I think that is helping result in these knockout wins early rather than these wars of attrition, is Gaethje is more willing to close the distance without throwing punches, to wait until he's in the pocket before throwing. So if I'm on the outside Bulldog and I just landed a good kick, there's a lot of things I can do to close the distance that doesn't involve, separating my hands from my chin. Gaethje's done things like roll his way inside. Even something as simple as just covering up tight and taking steps forward. If I'm covered up tight, hands to temple, I'm in a good position to block, I'm in a good position to see punches and roll, and then I can throw punches because I know my opponent is within my range. So just that little adjustment is very key. And then secondly, something he did very well against Edson Barboza is take a little more initiative to use his wrestling to close the distance. Gaethje's an All-American wrestler who doesn't often look for takedowns, and that's still true, but now he's using his wrestling as just a strategy to get in close and then fire away. So against Barboza, one thing he did was real quick, he dropped down and picked up a leg, and then while his opponent's on one leg, let go, throw that right hand. Again, I'm touching my opponent, I know how far away he is, I know I can hit him. Or at least I'm in the correct range to hit him. And then secondly, something else he did was off that roll, he threw a left hook and then hung onto the collar tie. So again, he was in tight, he was in the pocket, he threw this left hook and then hung on afterwards. The thing with wrestlers like Gaethje who've been wrestling since a very young age is they're exceptionally strong. Even if Gaethje isn't shooting a single leg or a double leg, from this clinch position, his strength is going to be noticeable. It's going to be very different from the average fighter. So when he gets here, it's going to take Barboza a second to get out of this position. And in the meantime, Gaethje's punching, and on that break, he can punch again. So these little key adjustments could be just what it takes to move Gaethje from top contender to elite championship level fighter. And so far, they've served him very well.